Alright guys, so in today's video, we're going to do something fun. We are going to make our own gacha game tier list. I'm going to rank every gacha game that I've played from top tier to low tier. That includes Dokkan Battle. That includes Genshin Impact, Uwa. Every gacha game that I've played, we are going to rank them today. So make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Turn on that post notification bell. Let's hop right into it. Alright, so here is the tier list. Now, there are a lot of games in here. We got a lot. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what some of these games are. I didn't even know that some of these games even existed. That's how it is when it comes to gacha games. There's like so many of them. But I noticed a few, so this is gonna be a pretty fun video. Alright. First one I'm gonna go ahead and rank is Aether Gazer. Now, for Aether Gazer, I've played this game, I'll say probably for like 3 or 2 months. I did make content on Aether Gazer when I first started this channel. So I'm going to go ahead and give Aether Gazer like a solid, I'm going to give this game like a C tier. All right. Now, I'm not ranking these games based off of their monetization. I'm ranking these games based off of the content, the gameplay, events, and etc. That's what I'm ranking these games off of. I feel like if I were to rank every gacha game based off of monetization, that could be a whole separate video. So for this video, we're just gonna rank them based off of their gameplay. But yeah, Aether Gazer, the gameplay, it's very similar to like gameplay you see in PGR, Honkai Impact Third. You know, it's like fast paced. You know, it's action RPG, nothing too crazy. So yeah, Aether Gazer, it's a chill game, but it's not a game that I would play long term. You know, it's just a game, a gacha game you would pick up just to play for like a few days and then delete it and play something else. That's just the way I see Aether Gazer. Now, next thing we have here is AFK Journey. Man, AFK Journey, holy shit, dude. That game brings back so many memories because I remember when AFK Journey first released and a lot of people, a lot of CCs, we were all playing AFK Journey, and I did make content on the game as well. It was a fun game, right? It was a fun game, but one of the main reasons why I stopped playing AFK Journey is because it was too time consuming, and their update cycle was just weird, right? Like they had like this thing called like seasons where like the amount of content they would have in these seasons is just not sufficient. So there would be a moment where there would be time where like you would log into the game and there's literally nothing for you to do. And what also sucks is the fact that whenever a new season starts, your progress pretty much resets, right? You pretty much start off like level 1 and you're re-leveling up your characters. I don't know, I just don't like it that much, but I'm gonna go ahead and put AFK Journey in B tier. I think AFK Journey was a decent game, but the way that they handled the game, like in terms of like updates, their update cycle, it was weird, right? It was really, really weird. Now, the next game we're going to go ahead and rank here is Black Clover Mobile. Now, when it comes to Black Clover Mobile, I used to play this game, but Black Clover Mobile, I don't know, man. Something about that game, I just didn't like it at all. I didn't like it because the gameplay loop was just very, I don't know, it was very shallow, it was very dry, and it died instantly to me. So, oh yeah, and another thing too is the devs, they kept stalling, like they kept delaying the game. A lot of people were hyped for this game, I think around like 2023, I think, or 2024. They announced the game really, really early, but then they kept delaying it, and then people were just getting sick and tired of this shit, and then people just didn't give a fuck about the game anymore. That's one of the main things I can't stand about these gacha games. Like when they announce that a gacha game is going to release soon, all they do is delay, and then the hype for the game is just gone. Perfect example is 7 Deadly Sins, right? 7 Deadly Sins, they announced that game years ago, and they just keep delaying it back to back to back, and it got to a point where some people just don't even give a fuck about 7 Deadly Sins. So for Black Clover, I'm going to give this game a C tier. Nothing too crazy. Oh, next thing we have here is Cookie Run Kingdom. Now, Cookie Run Kingdom, oh man, Cookie Run Kingdom, this is one of those gacha games where I played Cookie Run Kingdom for a very long time. I forgot when it released. Did it release during COVID? I might be wrong, but I think it released during COVID, and The first time I played the game, it was during the, I think it was the Cotton. Actually, no, it was like a winter update. I think it was Cotton Cookie. I think that was her name. I forgot, but it was a winter update around December, and I'm gonna lie, bro. The game was actually fun. Cookie Run Kingdom is actually not that bad. I'm gonna put Cookie Run Kingdom in A tier. I feel like Cookie Run Kingdom is like a very fun game, but at the same time, PvP is very huge in Cookie Run Kingdom. It's really big. Like, if you participate in a PvP, you get a lot of pools. You get a lot of diamonds. It's a lot, and it is extremely pay to win, guys. Like, if you think Genshin Impact is predatory, nigga, you never touch Cookie Run Kingdom. Cookie Run Kingdom is insanely predatory, man. They release like a new broken cookie like every month, I think, and that new broken cookie is always meta, and you would have to get like, I don't know, probably like 20 dupes on that cookie or 30. It's insane, bro. So yeah, Cookie Run Kingdom, definitely a predatory game for sure. uh but when it comes to like the content, when it comes to the designs of these cookies, like I never expected a game that's about cookies to be impressive in a way. Like, I never expected myself to play a cookie game. It's actually kind of crazy. So here in Kingdom, definitely A tier for sure, because it's just the fact that it's a game about cookies, yet it's fun in a way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Next, oh, Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle. Now this right over here, top tier. Me personally, Dokkan Battle is top tier because it's just nostalgia. This is one of the first Gacha games I've ever played, and it was fun. Like, I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan. I am. I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan. I started playing this game, I think, back in like shit 2021, 2022. When did Dokkan Battle release? Okay, so Dokkan Battle released all the way back in 2015. So I think I started Dokkan Battle around 2019. I don't know, but I started it like years ago, and I had a JP account and I also had a global account. I was a try hard on this game. The reason why I stopped playing Dokkan Battle is because I forgot my Apple ID. Right, I forgot my Apple ID. My account just got deleted because it was a fucking disaster. I had like Gohan, SSJ2 Gohan. I had a lot of insane characters. Like, Dokkan Battle is still one of my favorite games. I would play it again, but like, I don't want to because I miss my old account, and my old account is just fucking gone, man. So yeah, Dokkan Battle, definitely a top tier game for sure. Now, next thing we have here is Dislight. Now, Dislight, I used to play Dislight, right? But I will say the game got boring over time. It definitely got boring over time. And one of the main things I like about Dislight is the music, right? The music, very, very cool. Character designs, very, very nice. Like, it's pretty much like characters from like Greek mythology. I think Norse mythology as well. It's pretty nice. It's a pretty cool game. So I will say for Dislight, I'm gonna give it a B tier because of the aesthetic, the music. It's a pretty solid game. Now, next thing we have here is Dragon Ball Legends. Is that Legends? I think it's Legends. Dragon Ball Legends. Dragon Ball Legends. This game, I did play it way back, but I deleted it because I don't know. Dokkan Battle, I prefer Dokkan Battle way more than Dragon Ball Legends because when it comes to Legends, I don't know, man. The game just looks like shit. That's just me personally. So Legends, I'm gonna give it a C tier. I don't really care about that game that much. Next thing we have here is Eversoul. Okay, Eversoul. I used to be a try hard in this game, yo. Eversoul. This game was actually fun, but for Eversoul, I'm gonna give this game a B tier. I think Eversoul was a pretty fun game. I think it was. I think it was a pretty fun game. A reason why I dropped is because a lot of like other games I was interested in released. So I just dropped Eversoul because I'm the type of person where I don't play multiple gacha games. Like, yes, I do play multiple gacha games, but the limit for me is like 3 to 4 max. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and play like 10 gacha games. I can't fucking do that, bro. It's just too much. Too time consuming. Just logging in, logging out, doing dailies, and doing the same shit multiple times in different games. I'm good, bro. Like, it's gonna feel like a job, right? Like, I'm not actually enjoying the game. I'm just playing the game just to get some pulls, and that's it. Like I just feel like that's very unhealthy. So that's the reason why I dropped Eversoul. Solid game, but no, I'm not gonna force myself to play multiple gacha games. The gacha games that I'm playing right now are Uwa, Arknight's Infield, and Dragon Traveler. Those are the 3 gacha games I'm playing as of to right now, and that's pretty much it. So next thing we have here is Genshin Impact. Ooh, this is gonna be a fun one. Genshin Impact. Now, you guys already know how I am when it comes to Genshin Impact, bro. I'm always roasting the devs. I'm always roasting the community. But how do I feel about the game, right? How do I feel about the game, gameplay wise, story wise, content wise, and etc. Genshin Impact, I will give them credit that when it comes to Genshin Impact, it's one of those games where it's nostalgia, right? When we go all the way back, to COVID, when I first started Genshin, it was so fucking fun. It really was. Like Genshin Impact was one of the most fun gacha games I've played when it released. Like like as up to right now, I still believe that Genshin Impact had like the best global launch experience. And the reason why is because Genshin was pretty much like the first big open world gacha game. So a lot of people, it was like a new experience to a lot of us. Like it was like completely new. And a lot of people are like, oh, there's no way that this game is for free. It's just like Breath of the Wild. Like it's actually mind blowing that this game is for free. So when Genshin first released, bro, out of this world. Like I really love the fucking game, but of course over time it just started stagnating over time, and unfortunately it's just not. It just doesn't feel the same anymore. So I'm gonna give Genshin Impact A tier, simply due to the fact that global launch was like an amazing experience. Inazuma was also fun as well. Uh, Sumeru, nothing too crazy. Fontaine was nice, but Natlin is where everything just went to rock bottom, bro. Like Natlin is what really destroyed my enjoyment for the game. So yeah, Genshin definitely A tier. But if it was for monetization, fucking low tier. So yeah. Now next thing we have here is Girls Frontline 2. Now Girls Frontline 2, D tier. The gameplay, I'm not a fan of the gameplay, bro. It's just not my cup of tea. Just like, my characters just standing there, I'm moving them around, it's just, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of the gameplay at all. It was like another gotcha game where you just log in, do random shit, goon, and then log off. That's the way I felt about Girls Frontline 2. I uninstalled that game like shit. I think 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, I uninstalled that shit. Next thing we have here is Neural Cloud. Okay, Neural Cloud. This was a pretty solid game. The gameplay was pretty ass. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty shit. But when it comes to like the character design and the story was actually pretty solid. So I will give Neural Cloud C tier. I think Neural Cloud was a decent game. I'm surprised that the game didn't EOS because they ain't making no fucking money for this game. A lot of people left this damn game, but shit, they're still going strong. I don't even know if they're still doing updates. I have no idea. But Neural Cloud, when it first released, pretty solid game. Ooh, this is a good one. Keegan Aruthum. Yo, Keegan Aruthum. Let's be real, guys. If Keegan Aruthum didn't release before Honkai Star release, I feel like this game would actually have a chance. But unfortunately, they released this game right before HSR released, and as soon as HSR released, everybody left Keegan. The game is fucking dead. I don't understand how this game is still alive. They're not even updating the game. It's just dead. Like literally, the game is just fucking dead. So Keegan Aruthum, I'm gonna give this game. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna give this game a D tier, bro. The game is pretty shit. It had potential, but like we never got the opportunity to see that potential grow. So it was just pretty much a slop gotcha game, to be honest. Ni no Kuni. Now, Ni no Kuni, I did play this game on mobile. At the time, I didn't have a PC. But Ni no Kuni, this game had potential, but unfortunately, Netmarble was behind this game. And this has to be one of the most predatory gotcha games I've seen in a hot minute, bro. Ni no Kuni, the way that they handled this game was a complete disaster. And that's what makes me like, that's what made me hate Netmarble even more, because I used to like, there's this game on like PlayStation, I think it's Nino Kuni Revenant Kingdom. Actually, I think that's the game right here. I don't know, but there's a game on PlayStation, right? A Nino Kuni game, and I enjoyed it a lot. And ever since then, I was interested in the Nino Kuni series. But then when I hear that Netmarble's behind the mobile game, I'm like, oh shit, here we go again. And there was like a drama, like there was like a lot of drama where like if you're trying to play the game, if you're trying to get into the servers, you would have to spend money, because they had like this battle pass, I think, where if you purchase the battle pass, it will pretty much reduce server queue time. So like when you're trying to enter the game, the servers were like filled with a bunch of bots, and the only way you can get inside the servers and actually play the game is if you bought the battle pass, some shit like that. I think it was like the season pass. I don't know, it's been a minute, but they did some predatory shit like that, and ever since then the game fucking died. So I will say, Kuni had potential, but the devs are fucking greedy, so I'm gonna put it in low tier. Like, once again, I'm not ranking these games based off of their monetization, but the greed that Netmarble showcased through Nino Kuni was such a disaster, to the point where it literally affected the game entirely. So that's why I'm putting it in low tier. Now, next thing we have here is Nikke. Now, Nikke, yeah, top tier. Ass cheeks. All you see is pussy on the screen. I'm playing. Okay, Nikke, goon wise, definitely a top tier game goon wise. But when it comes to gameplay, let's be real, you're just sitting there shooting, nothing really serious. I mean, of course, there's probably some other mechanics, but who really cares? Let's be real, guys. If you're playing Nikke, bro, it's literally for ass, and that's pretty much it. So Nino Kuni, I mean, I said Nino Kuni. Nikke, I'm gonna give this game. Ooh, I'm gonna give it an A tier, bro. Like, come on, man. They got some cake, bro. You know what I'm saying? They got some cake, bro. When they did that collaboration with Nier, I forgot what, I think it's Nier Automata. I forgot what it was called, but yeah, characters like 2B. Wait, okay, her. Because there's like this other character, I think it's 2A, where it's like a whole nigga instead. 2A, Nier. No, it's the girl. Okay, it's 9S who's the dude. Okay, just wanted to make sure, because you gotta make sure, man. But yeah, when they did that collab, that shit was sick. So Nikke, A tier. Now, next thing we have is Honkai Star Rail. Honkai Star Rail. Now, this game right over here, this game, it's so sad how, when it comes to Honkai Star Rail, it was one of my favorite gacha games because of the story, right? And the characters. But man, and when I say the story, I'm talking about like, what was the first planet? I forgot what the first planet was called. Belobog. Yes, Belobog. Belobog was amazing, right? It was good. But damn, dude, the fall off for HSR is absolutely insane. Like, this game has so much potential, but of course, Hoyoverse, man, it's like these niggas, man, I don't know what's going on with them, bro. Like, Pinnacle is what really killed my enjoyment for the game, because the story was such a fucking snooze fest. I kid you guys not, while I was playing the story in Pinnacle, I fell asleep. Like, this was me when I was playing Pinnacle. That was me the whole time. Like, I was literally falling asleep. It was so fucking bad. So HSR, yo, I'm gonna put HSR in like, I'm putting it in B tier. I think B tier is reasonable. Yeah, the story is just too fucking shit. I prefer Genshin Impact story over HSR, dude. HSR is, oh my gosh, dude. Like, the story is such a fucking snooze fest. It's ridiculous. The only reason why I'm putting it in B tier is because of the animations. And of course, it's not like an open world game, so they can take as much time as they want when it comes to animations, like ultimate animations. But brother, the story is what really killed that game for me, bro. The story, the greed, it's mind-blowing. So yeah, HSR, B tier. Next game, I mean, this is a Hoyoverse game, but I don't even know what the fuck this is. Okay, this is Honkai Impact Third, obviously. Now, I did play Honkai Impact Third, only for like 1 month, I think, and then I dropped the game immediately. Just didn't really care about the game. Hong Kong Impact there, I'm gonna just give it like a solid C tier. Nothing too crazy. JJK, never played this game, but I heard, they did some greedy shit. But I'm not gonna rank it because I never played it before. Um, what else do we have in here? Oh yeah, One Punch Man World, dog shit game, low tier. It's just a slop game. PGR. Now for PGR, I used to play PGR. Don't play the game anymore. But it was alright. Nothing too crazy. I will say PGR is definitely B tier. They definitely improved over time. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff. The Devil May Cry collab. They definitely did some crazy shit. But me personally, I'm just not like a big fan of PGR. So yeah, I would put it in B tier. And I know some people are like, you put PGR with AFK Journey and Eversoul. Once again, guys, this is just my opinion. I'm gonna just put this shit in B tier, bro. Next thing we have is Reverse 1999. Now, Reverse 1999, I was looking forward to this game. I don't play it anymore. Used to make content on this game, but Reverse 1999 was actually pretty interesting. The story was decent. Monetization wasn't egregious, and character designs really dope. I will say Reverse 1999, I enjoyed it. Right, I enjoyed the game, so I'm gonna put it in like A tier. The content was boring in a way, right? It got repetitive over time, but it's a solid game, right? If you're trying to check out a gacha game, Reverse 1999 isn't a bad start. It's pretty solid. Next thing we have is this Grand Cross. Now I'm assuming this is Grand Cross. I used to play Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross, but I was so like, Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross was like one of the first gacha games I played, and I was so fucking trash. Like, I think in the story, I was stuck on the part where you're fighting Hendrickson, I forgot his name, but you guys remember Hendrickson, like when he turns into like some dark elf or some shit, a dark angel. I was getting my ass clapped on that shit, and I uninstalled the game and never played it ever since. So Seven Deadly Sins, I didn't go too far into the game, so I'm not gonna rank it. But I feel like if I went far in Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross, then I would probably put it in like C or B tier. But since it's one of the first gacha games I've ever played, I'm gonna put it in like B tier because it's one of the first I've played. Tower of Fantasy. Now this right over here, ooh, this is gonna be an interesting one. Tower of Fantasy was one of those games where like everybody was hyping the game up because we thought that it was going to be a game that's going to compete with Genshin Impact, and it was going to take, gacha game to a whole new level. It's like MMO, open world, like we thought that Tower Fantasy was going to take us to the promised land. But unfortunately, the game was such a fucking flop to the point where people just fucking abandoned the game. Of course, some people still play Tower Fantasy, but I don't know, man. I feel like them blending the gacha with MMO just didn't work well. That's exactly why they made like a no gacha server, but that still didn't bring the game back to life. So I'm gonna say for TOF, I'm gonna give this game. I'm gonna give it like. I think the game is just trash, honestly. I think TOF is just a bad game. Visually, it's just not stunning at all. Gameplay is pretty boring. Story is pretty shit. Yeah, I don't know. Tower Fantasy, I'm just gonna put it in D tier. Tower of God New World. Oh my gosh, dude, this game. this game right over here. This is what really like boosted my channel. Tower of God New World. This was like the main game on my channel back in like 2023, I think. Yeah, 2023 and 2024. And then I dropped the fucking game, right? I dropped it because I just didn't enjoy the game anymore. Of course, it's made by Netmarble. They got so fucking greedy to the point where if you don't have a character with multiple dupes, like the character's just straight up unplayable, it's so fucking trash. And the gameplay is pretty much similar to like AFK Journey. It's like an idle game, but I don't know, man. Tower of God New World, I liked the game. It was enjoyable, but the greed is what really killed that game. Netmarble's greed is what really killed Tower of God New World. So for TOG, I'm gonna put this game in like C tier. It was a cool game. It was all right, but over time, the predatoriness is just, it just grew more and more and more and more. And I was like, yeah, fuck this game, bro. And I was scared at the time too, because this was like the main game on my channel, and I was like, yo, if I drop this game, like my channel is fucking dead. But I was like, I gotta be honest with myself. Like, am I gonna force myself to play something that I don't enjoy just for views? Or should I just stop playing the game and do something that I actually enjoy, which is play games that I like? And I'm actually glad the fact that I made that decision, because ever since I dropped Tower of God New World, nigga, my channel has been growing rapidly, bro. Like, you know, I can pretty much play any game I want and I can still get decent views, you know? I'm playing Arknight's Infield. I'm dropping in like what, 11K views, you know, 9K views, 10K views. Hey, it's a W. Uwa getting some decent views as well. Hey man, I'll take that any day, bro. So Tower of God New World, I will always appreciate this game because it's what, you know, pretty much took, like, Tower of God New World was pretty much like one of the main reasons why I continued making videos on my channel. But once again, when I look back, I was like, was I really happy with myself at that time? Because I was forcing myself to play a game I no longer enjoyed. So yeah, I appreciate the game for nostalgia. I appreciate the game because it boosted my channel a lot. But at the same time, it's like, yo, I gotta keep it real, man. The game was just not fun anymore. I had to drop the I just had to drop it, man. I had to drop the game. Plus, the community was fucking dog shit. Okay. I had a tough time with the community, bro. I still feel like the community hates me, and I don't give a fuck. There were still some people in the community that fuck with me, but I'll say a decent portion of the community, they fucking despise me. And I was like, yeah, bro, I'm good, bro. That community is fucking trash. But that's Tower of God New World. Now, next thing we have here is this what's this game? Sword of Convallaria, yes. Sword of Convallaria. This is a pretty interesting game. I like the art style, you know, it's like pixels, you know, pretty unique, but the gameplay was just fucking shit to me. It was really shit. Very, very boring. Excuse me. It was just not interesting at all. I didn't see myself playing this game long term. It was like another gacha game where, you know, you just try it out, see what's going on, and then delete the game and play something else. That's how a lot of people play gacha games, right? You just pick up a random gacha game and then see how it's going and then fucking delete and play something else. That's pretty much sort of Convallaria. Next thing we have here is Zenless Zone Zero. Zenless Zone Zero, D tier. Um, I would put this game in D tier, but the reason why I'm not putting it in D tier is because the animations are top tier. Like when it comes to visuals, pretty solid game. Gameplay wise, I feel like the gameplay is fucking boring. Um, the last time I played Zenless Zone Zero, I don't know, I think it was like a year ago or a couple months ago, but they did fix like the whole TV system thing, but like still though, it's just there's just something about Zenless Zone Zero that it's just so fucking boring to me, dude. Like when I play the game, I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm not vibing with this shit. I just leave, bro. Like I just don't care about the game at all. So yeah, ZZZ is just not for me at all. There's just something about that game where the gameplay is just, I don't know, bro. It's just a fucking snooze fest. So yeah, ZZZ, C tier. Cookie Run Tower Adventures. I did play this game. Boring as fuck, D tier. Uh, Solo Leveling. Now, Solo Leveling, this game was a disappointment. All right, this game was a disappointment, and the reason why is because this is one of the main games I was looking forward to. I did make some content on the game, but unfortunately, you know, the gameplay was just not it for me. There was a lot of issues. You know, server stability was pretty bad. Yeah, the game. Yeah, I'm gonna give this game like a solid C tier as well. Solo Leveling wasn't too crazy. Wuthering Waves. Wuthering Waves. Story wise, pretty shit. Like if I were to rank the story, I would put this shit in like C tier. I think the story in Wuthering Waves is like whatever. But when it comes to the gameplay is very solid. When it comes to content, however, I don't know about that. So for Wuwa, honestly, I would put Wuwa in like S tier. I think S tier is pretty fair in a way because it's visually stunning, gameplay pretty solid, story, nothing too crazy, content, nothing too crazy. However, it is still like leagues above games like Genshin Impact for sure. So I'm gonna put Wuthering Waves in S tier as up to right now. Last but not least, we have Tribe 9. Now, Tribe 9 never got the chance to play the game, so I'm not gonna rank it at all. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, actually, Dragon Traveler. Now, I don't think Dragon Traveler is on here, so I'm just gonna use this game. Right? This game is Dragon Traveler. Dragon Traveler, no cap, this game is fucking gas, bro. I'm putting this shit in B tier. Dragon Traveler is actually pretty fun. Like, a lot of people say that the game is AI slop, you know, it's just like a gooner game, which is true. But hey, bro, like when you actually get into the game, the shit's actually pretty fun, bro. So Dragon Traveler, I'm putting it in B tier, bro. It's actually pretty solid. You know, it's not a crazy game, but I'm enjoying it a lot. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much my Gacha game tier list. I had to make some adjustments to the tier list. I did move PGR up to A tier because I don't know, man, putting it on the same tier as like Eversoul, HSR, Grand Cross, I don't think it's fair. So I put it in like A tier because it is visually stunning in a way. The story, a lot of people said the story is pretty solid. Now, me personally, like, I don't really care about PGR story that much, but I will say the gameplay was actually pretty dope. So that's why I moved it up to A tier because like when I look at the gameplay when it comes to like Cooking Run Kingdom, AFK Journey, Dishlight, HSR, Eversoul, like they're all similar in a way. Like what I noticed is that for the B tier category, it's all auto battle games where like the characters are in like auto battle and you have no control over them, right? So that's why I put it that's why like I removed PGR from B tier because it's not an auto battle game, right? And of course you have some games over here that are not auto battle, but they're still just dog shit. That's why I put them in C tier. But for Wua, once again, Wua, if I were to compare Wua's story to Genshin story, me personally, I prefer Genshin story more than Wua because it's easy to dissect and it's both simple and complex in a way, right? I like the whole like Chondria Celestia thing is pretty interesting. For Wua, there's just a lot of going on and like I just don't want to put in the effort to like figure out what the hell is going on in Wua. I don't know. I just don't really care about Wuwa's story, man. Like if I'm not interested in something, I'm not gonna force myself to, be interested. I'm just not, so Wuwa's story, I'm just not interested. Genshin story, I'm not interested in the story anymore when it comes to Genshin. I don't give a fuck about that game. But I will say though, back when I played Genshin, when I was actually interested in the story, I was way more interested in Genshin story versus Wu. So I will give Genshin that. The story is, a little bit better in a way compared to Wuwa. But everything else, when it comes to the devs, when it comes to quality, when it comes to visuals, Wuwa just completely destroys Genshin every aspect when it comes to those. So that's why I put Wuwa in S tier. Now I forgot one game, and that game is Uma Musume. Uma Musume, this game, I'm also going to put this game in. I'm putting this shit in D tier, bro. And the reason why is because, like, let's be real, guys. The gameplay fucking sucks. I mean, sure, it's like it all comes down to preference, like you're just sitting there just watching girls fucking run. Well, I guess, but like me personally, I just don't give a fuck about that. Um, to me, it's like that. It doesn't feel like a game in a way. And the same can be said for these other auto battle games like Black Clover, Neuro Cloud, TOG, what else? HSR, but when it comes to HSR, you really can't auto battle in this game that much, especially when it comes to in-game content, because that shit is just fucking like extremely pay to win in a way. But what I mean by pay to win is you pretty much getting like the correct characters, you getting the premium units, featured characters, and Forius units. But for Uma Musume, it's like you're just sitting there pressing auto, lay back, relax, and that's it. So that's why I put it in D tier. But that's pretty much it, guys. Oh yeah, for Dokkan Battle, yes, people are gonna be like, well, for Dokkan Battle, you're just matching colors as Candy Crush. True. All right, true. You can call me biased, but for Dokkan Battle, bro, it's just so fucking cool whenever like I'm using like I just like they let you swipe up and you transform with Goku, and then like everything you see in the anime with Broly, Super, it's literally in the fucking game. It's like you're watching the anime, but it's in the game. I don't know. It's just cool, bro. It's really cool. So that's why Dokkan Battle is just the best one out of all of them, to be honest, bro. That's just me though. That's just me. But yeah, that's it, y'all. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But that is pretty much the Gacha game tier list based off of my opinion. I hope you guys have a good one. See you guys soon. Adios.